right, guys, we are on lesson 2. Sorry, you're hearing my daughter play her trombone. It's just what's going on in my house this afternoon. Okay, and we're going to learn about how to draw fractions and how to decompose those fractions into two ways. One, unit fractions, and then two other ways. Okay, so we learned yesterday a unit fraction is a fraction that is one part of the total parts. So one section, one part. Okay, unit fraction is like 1/8, 1/4, 1/3. Unit fractions always have a 1 in the top. All right, so this one we're going to draw 9/10. Okay, and we first look at our denominator. We're going to have 10 equal parts in our whole. I'm going to start by cutting this in half. And then there's going to need to be 5 on each side. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 lines to make fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines to make fifths. Okay, so when we decompose, we cut it up into 4 lines. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we broke it apart. We decomposed it into tenths. All right, so if this is my whole, a whole, one whole, and then we have 9/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there are my 9/10. Okay, and it says first, for step 2, record it as a sum of unit fractions. Okay, so first we're going to do 9/10 is equal to 1/10. There's one unit fraction. 1/10, that's 2. 1/10, that's 3. 1/10, that's 4. 1/10, that's 5. 1/10, that's 6. 1/10, that's 7. 1/10, that's 8. 1/10, that's 9. Okay, so we have a total of 9/10. Okay, now it says do it 2 more ways. Okay, so any way that I want to that's going to add up to equal 9, I can decompose this. So I could say 9/10 is equal to, let's just do 4 and 5. 4, oops, why did I do fifths? 4/10 plus 5/10. Okay, so 4 plus 5 equals 9, and that equals 9/10. So that works. I could do 9/10 is equal to 2/10. Okay, so that's 2 plus 2 more, that's 4, plus 2 more, that's 6. 2, 4, 6, plus 3 more, that makes 9. Okay, so 9/10. Okay, or I could do, let's just do it. Miss Collins is going for extra credit. I'm going to do 3 of them. 3/10. And 3/10 and 3/10, because 3 3s makes 9. Okay, so all of those are ways to decompose or to break apart 9/10. All right, here's another one. All right, so we have 3 halves. All right, so first of all, my whole is just 2 pieces, so I need to make that clear. So this is my whole. So that's my 1 whole. Okay, and then I'm going to have 3 halves. So I'm going to have 1 more piece out of there, 1 more half, okay? Shade these in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've got 3 halves. Okay, and first it tells me to do this as unit fractions. Oops, you can't see it, but it does say that. First we're going to do unit fractions. Okay, so 3 halves is going to be 3 1/2s. 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 3 times in unit fractions. Always a 1 at the top, and we just keep adding 1 up until we get to the number in our numerator. So 3 1s. Okay, another way that I could do 3 halves would be to do 2 halves plus 1/2. And really the only other way to do 3 halves, because it's only 3, would be to do 3 halves is equal to 1/2 plus 2 halves. Same thing. I can't break that one up nearly as much as I could break up that 9. Okay, so those are the 3 different ways that I could do 3 halves. breaking it up into unit fractions. Okay, so now we're going to draw a tape diagram, and then we're going to use fractions to decompose it in 3. This just says 3 different ways. It doesn't say one way has to be unit fractions, but I'm still going to do one way as unit fractions just to keep practicing my unit fractions. Okay, so I'm going to do 7/8 with you in the morning meeting. Okay, and I'm going to do 5/3 with you in the morning meeting. And right now we're going to do 7/5 together. All right. So my whole is going to be fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made it too big. Well, I've just messed that one all up. Look, we're not even gonna look at this one. Just forget this one. I'm gonna start again. Forget that one. I made a mess of it. Okay, there's my fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, and I can't even do that. What's wrong with me? I can't make my bracket either. Okay, so there's my 1, which is equal to 5/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need 7, 6, and 7. Okay. All right, so now I've got it. I've got 7/5. Okay, so we're going to start with 7/5 is equal to 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 7 times. 1/5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7/5 equals 1/5 7 times. Okay, another way I could do it is 7/5 is equal to 2/5 plus 3/5, that's 5, plus 2/5. Okay, anything where my numerators add up to equal 7. 7/5 is equal to, we could do 6/5 plus 1/5. Okay, 7/5 is equal to 5/5 plus 2/5. There's a lot of different ways I could add up to make 7. Okay, any of those work. All right, let's do 1 and 1/3. Okay, so this one, we know my denominator is thirds. So my 1 whole is going to be cut into thirds. There we go. Finally got my bracket drawn right. Took some concentration. I've got 1 whole plus 1 more third. So there's my next third, okay? So 1 whole plus 1 whole third means I've got actually 4 thirds because there's 3 thirds here in my whole plus 1 more third. So there's 3 thirds in my whole plus 1 more third. But it was important for me to know that that was going to be 4 thirds because if I'm going to do this as unit fractions, I need to know that that would be 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 4 times. Okay? And then here we're going to do 4 thirds is also equal to 2 thirds plus 2 thirds. All right, guys. So we're going to do a couple of these together in morning meeting. If you have questions about how to decompose these into fractions, please get back on with me and let me know. We'll do some more practice during the meeting. And thanks.